If you're looking for a neighborhood here in the Atlanta area that is zoned to highly ranked schools, I'm talking some of the best in the state, plus you want some walkability, then you have to consider the city of Decatur, and that's what I'm going to show you today. I'm going to walk around this neighborhood as best I can, show you what the lifestyle is like, talk about the homes, and of course talk about the schools. So stay tuned, we're talking all about living in the city of Decatur. But first, let me introduce myself. My name is Molly, and welcome back to my channel where I talk all things living here in the city of Atlanta, and I love to show you around all the different neighborhoods of this city. But today we're going to talk about City of Decatur. It is its own city. Let me put it up here on a map for you. This is just about 5.5 to 6 miles east of the Midtown area, and getting around to different areas of the city, you know, getting over to Midtown, that is about a 21-minute commute. The airport about 32 minutes, Buckhead at 26 minutes, and if you work over at Emory, I'm going to throw that one in here, it's about 10 minutes because there are a lot of Emory folks that work over in the Emory area and live here in the city of Decatur. Now, the city of Decatur is definitely a sought-out area to live in because of its highly ranked schools. We'll talk more about the schools here in a little bit, but I am in their downtown area. Now, there's actually about 10 different neighborhoods that make up the city of Decatur. It's a great area, especially if you've got family and kids. You know, a lot of families live here because of the schools. I'm here in what they call the Decatur Square, and it is just a collection of little shops, lots of restaurants. It's a place where they will hold lots of festivals throughout the year. So this is just kind of like the hub of the city of Decatur, the heart of it, if you will. So I will show you around here first a little bit. This is definitely a place if you're a foodie. There are a lot of great restaurants here. Iberian Pig, if you're into tapas, that's really good. Jenny's Ice Cream, and around the corner there is a place called Eddie's Attic, which if you're into live music, that is definitely a place to hit up in the evenings. Decatur Square, right? I mean, lots of restaurants, a lot of people come here for a date night. Now, I wanted to clear something up right away. Now, there is a difference between City of Decatur and just Decatur. Now, if you are wanting to hone in on City of Decatur, when you're doing a Google search on your Google Maps, just type in 30030 for the zip code. That's going to give you the City of Decatur. Now, there are a lot of other areas where they have the city called a Decatur, but those are not the City of Decatur. That is just unincorporated Decatur. So if it's outside of the zip code 30030, it is unincorporated DeKalb County, and there's still great parts of unincorporated DeKalb County, North Decatur. I've got a vlog tour of that. You can go check it out on my channel. It's a beautiful area. It's just not City of Decatur schools or the City of Decatur taxes. And if you go south of the City of Decatur, there's some neighborhoods down there where they're not as strong of schools, they're not as developed, and the home prices reflect that. So if this is all really too confusing, just reach out to me, shoot me a text, give me a call, send me an email. All my contact information is down below. We can set up a time to have a conversation and figure out where the best place is for you to live. So save that part for me. That's what I do on a daily basis. But let me keep walking. I'm just walking down Ponce de Leon. There's just tons of restaurants all along here. And by the way, I am filming this on a Monday morning, so all of the restaurants are basically closed right now. So if it looks a little dead, that's because I'm doing this in the morning when everyone's working at school, etc. Now, as I'm walking down Ponce de Leon in the downtown area, I thought I should point out some condos right now just because I am right by them. Right behind me, this is an example of one. This was built in 2008, I believe, and it's called the Artisan. You can get a 2-bedroom, 2-bath here for about $450 to $485, just somewhere in that range. It's going to have a gym, pool, all of that kind of thing. And I will say there's a lot of apartment buildings all along here, especially off of Ponce de Leon and here in the downtown area. But they're not going to be any cheaper than, say, buying something in Midtown or Buckhead. They're going to be pretty similar in price range. Now, one other thing about the city of Decatur is that they have some pretty good bike lanes. There's one right here along Commerce Street that is marked pretty well. So if you are a biker, there are definitely some opportunities here to do some biking here in City of Decatur. Okay, I'm going to keep on walking down Ponce de Leon, show you a few more restaurants, and then we're going to hit a cute little park that if you got little young ones, little toddlers, this is the place you'll want to take them. All right, so on the edge of the downtown area, kind of on the western side, you'll come along this little park. It's called the Decatur Toy Park. It's really cute. Basically, people donate their old outdoor toys for other kids to play on, and they'll go through and kind of throw out the ones that are completely broken. But if you've got little toddlers, you're gonna wanna bring them here. It's like catnip for kids. Because there are so many options for them to choose and play with, so they will not get bored here. But I will say this is definitely aimed for kind of that toddler phase. I brought my, she's now 8, but when she was even 7, 6 years old, she was not into this anymore. So definitely for a toddler play space. Okay, so I want to start getting into some of the neighborhoods here in the City of Decatur area, and let's go over home prices. So a single family home, the average sales price right now is $937,000. Now, I'd say on the upper end, you're going to be paying 1.8, 1.9, but right now average is clocking in right around $937,000. If you want a townhome, that's average $602,000, and you can find some older townhomes, some newer townhomes. I'm walking up to an example of one of the newer ones. It's going to cost you a lot more. But there's also definitely a handful of different condo buildings, some on the newer side, some on the older side. I got another example coming up here, but a condo on average is going to cost you $370,000. Okay, so this is a perfect example of how you can find old and new mixed in the City of Decatur. Right behind me, these are some older condos. You can get a 2-1 here for about $275,000. This is called Montgomery Place. And then right across the street, you're going to get these newer townhomes with an elevator. It's got a rooftop deck. It's a fabulous location to the city of Downtown Decatur, but and those are going to cost you over $1 million. Now, I've mentioned these before. I've done a City of Decatur vlog tour before, but I want to do a fresh version of it because prices have changed and some of the restaurants are different here in the Decatur Square. So I wanted to point those out to you, but let me keep going and show you a couple other examples here in the neighborhood. Now, a lot of the single family homes that you're going to find in the Decatur area are going to be like these beautiful brick homes. I actually showed that one when it was listed. It actually sold for over list price, just over $1 million. But a lot of these will be like the brick bungalows, brick Tudor. You'll get newer craftsmen. There's some moderns popping up. So you get a little bit of everything. But just remember, in the city of Decatur, there are a lot of older 1930, 1940 homes. So some of those homes can still be a little quirky and they can be expensive for what you get or the square footage that you get. Some of those newer builds, those will probably cost you anywhere in that $1.5 to $1.9 million range. So people complain that City of Decatur is expensive, and it is a little expensive for what you get, but my goodness, you know, getting a 5-bedroom craftsman home for $1.9 million sounds like a steal compared to what you would pay over in Virginia Highland or Morningside, where there are also have desirable schools, but you'll be paying way over the $2 million mark for a 5-bed, 4-bath craftsman style home. So in my opinion, City of Decatur definitely has a better pricing than what you'd find further closer into the city. But I'm just kind of used to seeing all these crazy prices, and I can say that City of Decatur, you know, they do have higher property taxes, but you get a better price on your home than you would closer into town. Now, one thing the City of Decatur does not have is they're not going to have huge lots. So if you're seeking that, you're going to need to go elsewhere like North Decatur or into Buckhead, or else go up into the burbs like Dunwoody, Sandy Springs, that kind of thing. And if you're looking for that, just hit me up. That's the easiest way to figure out where to live, is have a conversation with me so we can go over what you're looking for. Okay, now you're probably also wondering, you know, who lives here in the City of Decatur? Well, obviously a lot of families live here because of the schools, but you'll actually be surprised. There's a lot of retirees that live here too. I mean, you can get a small little bungalow that's manageable here in the City of Decatur. You're going to pay for it, but you can certainly find those. And of course, condos or townhomes with elevators. So you can find a range of people that live here. Now, I would say if you are kind of young and single, young professional, I don't know if I would pick City of Decatur to live in, because that's going to be just too many families and not people your age probably hanging out, and you know, the nightlife is not like it would be in Midtown. So, but if you're just kind of craving a small town wholesome feel, then yeah, certainly you could live here in the City of Decatur. And that is one thing that I love about the City of Decatur, is you get that small town feel next to a big city. So if you're looking for a small, reasonably priced townhome, here's an example of what you can find. This is called Richmond Green. It is a small complex just off of Adair Avenue. This is like a 2-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 1,300 square feet. Some of them will be updated, some of them won't. I've actually helped a couple buy and sell their unit here. They moved here for residency, and I helped them to sell it when the time was moving on for them to relocate. But I'll put up some pictures here of their unit. Very cute and, you know, well updated, but you'll find some units that aren't updated as well. These were built in the 1970s, so they are definitely going to be on the older side. And right across the street, you'll have a similar example. They are called the Decatur townhouses. Again, built in the 1970s, 1,300 square feet for a 2-bedroom, 2.5 bath. One of the recent comps here was $405,000. So that's what you can expect to pay for kind of an older townhome in the City of Decatur area. So not all of them are $1 million townhomes. I didn't want to give you the wrong impression. So if you're looking for something kind of on that smaller end, maybe needs a little bit of work or a little bit of updating, yeah, you could still find some here in that upper 300, low 400K price point, but those usually do sell fast. And that is one thing in the City of Decatur in general. Homes here can sell fast because parents want to get their kids into this school system, so they're always constantly watching the inventory here, and the average days on market right now for a single family home is 16 days. So that kind of just shows you that you know, this area is always in high demand. Now I'm walking up right here on Adair Park, and this is just a nice green space. There are some playground equipment here, and if you've got a dog, take them down this hill, because there is a cute little dog park that you can let your dog run around leash free. Okay, so let's talk about schools because obviously that is what City of Decatur is known for. And right behind me, this is one of the newer schools. This is the Talley Street Upper Elementary School. And let me explain real quick how the school is broken down here in the City of Decatur, because that was a foreign concept to me when I moved here to Atlanta. I grew up in a small town where population was 1,200 and we all fit in one school, but that is not the case here in the City of Decatur. There is a large population of kids, so where to put them all? They had to build a new school, and they had to break the elementary school up into a lower elementary and an upper elementary. So there are 5 lower elementary schools spread out throughout the City of Decatur. I'll put the list of those names right here. All very well, highly ranked schools. And then, so that's for kindergarten through 2nd grade. And then once they hit 3rd grade, they're going to either go to this Talley Street Elementary School or the 5th Avenue Elementary School, which is over in the Oakhurst neighborhood. Now this elementary school is kind of right on the edge of the Winona Park neighborhood. Now if you're wondering about Winona Park or Oakhurst, I have a vlog tours of those neighborhoods because they are pretty popular, especially Oakhurst. I would say that is the most popular neighborhood here in the City of Decatur. So you've got your lower elementary schools, your upper elementary schools. Depending on where you live in City of Decatur, that will dictate where you go for your upper elementary school. And then you'll hit Beacon Middle School and Decatur High School. And Decatur High School is just down the street from the downtown Decatur area. So there's your school system for you. But yeah, this Talley Elementary School was built in 2019. So it is a very newer building, and it's right off of Columbia Avenue. Now, I will mention right behind me, I am standing behind some new build townhomes. These are built by Toll Brothers. They started building them in 2022. They still have some for sale, but if you're looking for newer townhomes, these are selling for anywhere from $700,000 to $825,000. They have rooftop terraces. They've got 3 other floors of a living space. You can get 4 or 5 bedrooms. They'll cost you anywhere from $700,000 to $825,000. But they're also selling condos, 2-bedroom, 2-bath condos, and those are going to range in the upper 400s to low 500s. One other thing I will mention is I have to laugh because this building right here behind me, now this is called the Talley Lofts, and these are built back in 2007. And I remember when this building was by itself. I can't really remember what was around here at the time. Do you ever feel like that where, once there's something new that's built, you can't remember what was there in the past? Well, that's kind of what this area was. I just remember there was some like barbed wire, but I can't remember what used to be all around here. But these are going to be selling in the mid to upper 200s, low 300s. I always thought they were a great price for being in the City of Decatur. And then right up the street from all of this, there is a 3 Taverns brewery, and there's a couple of gyms. So you kind of have a little bit of everything. And then of course, the downtown Decatur area is probably just a mile away. Now, I will say each neighborhood here in the City of Decatur will have a little bit of a different vibe. The couple of neighborhoods I've already been in were Great Lakes and Glenlake Park, and I would say homes are scrunched in a little bit more tightly. But now I'm in Glenwood Estates, and you can see you can get some bigger homes on bigger lots here in this neighborhood. Now they're obviously going to cost you more, and I've got a home example coming up. But like I said, one of the most popular neighborhoods here in the City of Decatur is Oakhurst, because you get your own little downtown in the Oakhurst neighborhood. It's a very walkable neighborhood. They have their own little events that go on throughout the year. So it's a very desirable area, and some of those homes will go way over list price. I'm talking like $100,000 over list price. So if you want a home in there, sometimes you got to put on your boxing gloves to win those homes, because it is just that desirable of an area. But Glenwood Estates is a lovely area. You can see there's really no sidewalks in this neighborhood, but it is right by Glenwood Park. So I'm going to walk over there next to show you a shot of that. And one other great thing about this neighborhood is you're just about 1.2 miles away from the downtown area. So it is definitely doable for a walk. It would be a little bit of a longer walk, but not too unbearably bad. Now, one thing I will say is that, I helped a couple of friends buy a home on the western side of the City of Decatur, and they let me know that they said, We work over on the east side of town, and getting just over on the east side of the city of Decatur in the morning can be brutal because there's all those stoplights. People are dropping off their kids to go to school. Traffic gets backed up. So if you are living in the city of Decatur, especially on the very eastern side of the city of Decatur, and you need a commute across town, you need to budget some extra time for a commute because you have to get through all of those stoplights. It doesn't matter which way you go, you're going to encounter some traffic. So just a little FYI, and that is why I'm here, to give you tips like that you may not know if you are searching online. Okay, so I want to show you a home example that's in a little bit of that higher price point bracket. This one recently sold. It is a 5-bedroom, 4-bath with a 1-bedroom, 1-bath carriage house above the garage. This sold for $1.555 million. You get really nice big rooms, nice big bathrooms, hardwood floors, updated kitchen. So that's an example of something that you would find here over in the city of Decatur, and that was just over 3,600 square feet. Now let me keep walking around the corner and I'll take you over to Glenlake Park so you can see one of the many green spaces that are in the city of Decatur. And that is one great thing that I do like about this city, is that there are plenty of green spaces dispersed throughout this city and all the different neighborhoods. And if you're looking for public pools, there are 3 that I can think of off of the top of my head. One is in Glenlake Park. There's also one in McCoy Park, which is over in the Oakhurst neighborhood. And there's also one over at Ebster Park. So there's your pools for you, but let me keep walking and I'll show you this Glenlake Park next. So that's Glenlake Park. What'd you think? I think it's a cute park. Obviously the pool is closed down for the season, but a great place to, kick a ball around, play some tennis, play some basketball, or play on some playground equipment and just get some fresh air, walk your dog, that kind of thing. Now, a kind of a strange fact about City of Decatur, this is just really random, but I thought it was strange when I learned about it. But, most cities, you pay a annual trash fee, but here in City of Decatur, they do things a little bit differently. Now they pay a minimal trash fee, but basically you pay for the trash bags that you use. So if you live in the City of Decatur, you have to buy specific City of Decatur trash bags, and obviously the more trash bags you use, the more you pay. So if you're moving here to City of Decatur, do not go load up at Costco for trash bags at Costco. You have to buy certain trash bags that are dedicated to City of Decatur, and you can find them pretty much, you can pretty much find them anywhere in Kroger's or an Ace Hardware. I mean, they're just all over the place in the City of Decatur. You won't have a problem finding them, but just a little FYI. And while I'm walking back to my car, I figured I'd go over a quick pros and cons of living here in the City of Decatur. I mean, there's a lot of pros. I'm going to keep it short though. Obviously, number one is going to be the schools. I mean, that is just what they are known for. So you got top-ranked schools. You get a small town feel next to a big city. I just think it's such a charming area. I feel very comfortable walking around in the City of Decatur. Talking about walking, it is a very walkable city, especially if you live close to downtown Decatur. You're going to feel like it is very walkable to lots and lots of restaurants. And that's another thing, is that if you are into a food scene, you can definitely find that here in the City of Decatur. Now on the con side, I would say, living here does get expensive. The property taxes are high, and the home prices, just sometimes what you get is your money doesn't take you that far as it would in living in some of the suburbs. Also, you have limited access to highways. You have pretty quick access over to I-285, but getting up to I-85, that's going to take you a little bit up Claremont Road. So I just think that is one kind of con. And you're not super close to a Target, but that's just my own personal con of living in the City of Decatur. Also, you have to pay to park in this downtown area, which drives me nuts. I remember one day I was going to go try out Ponko Chicken, which I think it's actually closed down now, but I was going to go pay at this parking lot and go eat there for lunch, but it was going to cost me $16 just to pay to park in that parking lot. So I said, forget that, and I went through the drive-thru at Chick-fil-A instead. Now, other than that, there's really not a lot of other downsides I can think of living here in the city of Decatur. Now, if you're wondering where you're going to do most of your shopping in the city of Decatur, it's not going to be in downtown city of Decatur. That is just restaurants, but you're going to probably be coming up to the northeastern section where you will find little shopping outlets like this, where there's a Whole Foods. If you go a little further up the way off of North Decatur and Church, you will get a Walmart. There is a Sprouts. There's an LA Fitness. There's one of my favorites, Home Goods. So you're going to do a lot of your shopping over here. There is a Publix over in the Avondale Estates area, and there used to be a baby Kroger right there in the downtown area, but they have shut that down. The last I read is they're going to be making that a mixed-use development with apartments and some retail. And let's see, that's basically all of your grocery stores, except I should also mention the DeKalb Farmers Market. That's not too far away, and that's over just north of the Avondale Estates area. Okay, stay tuned. I want to talk about one more thing. This is a mistake I don't want you to make, so make sure you save for that. Okay, there's actually a couple things I want to warn you about when you are looking for homes here in the city of Decatur. See this cute bungalow home? Very cute, and I bet it sells for an attractive price compared to other homes because it's located on a very busy road. This is Church Street. It's going to have a lot of traffic, so if you are not a fan of living on a very high volume traffic-y road, this is one you want to avoid. Another street would be Claremont. Now, I've seen some incredible prices on some lovely homes on that street, but again, if you don't like being on a busy street, that would be another road to avoid. Same thing with Ponce de Leon, although that one, kind of depending on the house, I mean, some of those homes can set back away from the road and you don't hear the traffic as much, but those are just a couple of things I want to warn you about. If the price seems a little bit better and it's on one of these busier streets, that's the reason why. You're going to have constant traffic going by. Okay, one more thing I want to tell you about, but let me get there first. So the other thing I wanted to warn you about when you are looking for homes here in the city of Decatur is, I know how you all are, especially my out-of-towners that I work with. They're on Zillow.com or Realtor.com, Homes.com, whatever your platform is that you like, and you start looking for homes in the center of the city of Decatur. Then you start inching your way southward because, man, the prices get better, the homes get newer, you get some more space, and the prices are looking better and better, and you find yourself up into the neighborhood called Midway Woods. And I'm not dissing this neighborhood at all. It is a really nice, pretty neighborhood, very quiet, and you get some really nice, big, newer craftsman style homes, lots of trees. So nothing bad against this neighborhood, but here is the problem, is that some of these homes are not zoned to City of Decatur schools. The homes over here in Midway Woods, some of them are zoned to Avondale Estates. Now, there's nothing wrong with that school, but if you were moving to City of Decatur specifically for the City of Decatur schools, you don't want to be ending up on a street like this where you are going to be shipping your kid over to Avondale Estates, and You know, even if you're on the western side of the city of Decatur, there's some areas over there zoned to zip code 30030, but they're actually zoned to the Fernbank Elementary School. It gets a little confusing. Honestly, there are some listing agents that don't input the correct school in their listing. So that's why you work with someone like me that's going to have your back and make sure that you are focusing in on the areas that are truly zoned to the City of Decatur school. So just wanted to caution you on that. And with that, you guys, that concludes my tour of the City of Decatur. Honestly, there's so much to show you, so little time, but I hope you got a little flavor of what it feels like to live here. And you know, I didn't cover much of the southern areas of the City of Decatur like Oakhurst and Winona Park, only because I have vlog tours on those already that you can catch on my channel. But hey, if you are thinking about making a move to the Atlanta area and want further help with your home search, and make sure you're reaching out to me, and would love to hear from you and schedule a time to chat about what you're looking for. Don't be shy. I don't bite, I promise you. But hey, if you see me out in the wild, make sure you say hello, because I love running into you and saying thank you for watching my channel. I really do appreciate it. I actually ran into one of you in an ice cream shop a couple nights ago when I was on a date night with my husband, so that was pretty fun. Okay guys, but that is it for me. As I always say, I'll see you around the neighborhood.